Welcome back on this Friday. Now, as technology continues to develop in today's society, many seniors are having trouble keeping up with the times.
However, seniors that use computers and smartphones are actually sharpening their minds. For more on this topic, we have our technology expert here, Stan Prager. As always, thank you so much for being here from GoGeeks in East Longmeadow.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, you're welcome, Stan. This kind of goes against the grain. People say your smartphone is dumbing us all down, but that's not the case.
This has been, for a long time, people have been throwing out this technology dulls the mind and what have you, but it turns out that anecdotal evidence is wrong, and that seniors who engage using smartphones and computers and tablets actually have a greater mental acuity than those who do not. And the reason for this is that it turns out that technology stimulates the brain. It improves eye-hand coordination, and it stimulates portions of the brain functions that allow you to think and act quicker. In many ways, it acts a lot like reading or crossword puzzles.
Right.
But you know, older people tend to do less reading and crossword puzzles because of vision issues more than anything else. But with a computer and smartphones and tablets, you've got magnification and you've got accessibility so that, you know, plus it adds another layer, which is multitasking. You know, you're engaging. So people who are just watching television, I mean, we love television, right? But if that's all you're doing, then you're not interacting as much, right? Whereas if you're also using, and you know, you could watch TV on your smartphone also, as we know, right?
You can do everything
on your smartphone. Exactly,
Is it hard, though, for seniors to acclimate to this new technology? They haven't used it their whole lives, and people are saying, okay, here, try this now. How do they actually get used to it?
Well, it depends on the person. You know, some people are intimidated by the technology, and those are the people who are using it less. But I had a client yesterday, I was at his house, the guy was 94 years old, and you would never know it from talking to him. I mean, he was sharp as a tack. He had a computer, and he had a laptop, and he had a smartphone.
You're kidding me.
No. And I mean, so, you know, he wanted to do it. You know, he lived alone, and he was engaging with stuff, right? And by the way, you know, it's very exciting when people are using things like genealogy programs and scrapbooking and photo editing, but it turns out that just playing games has the same effect on your mind as doing any of those things. It's better than not doing it at all. So, you know, if you do have like a family member or, you know, a relative or whatever, and, you know, they aren't engaged, try to find a way to get them engaged, and you can do it by finding something that interests them.
Well, now, GoGeeks has been in business for a while. It's what you do. Are you seeing over the years more and more technology being used by older and older people? Is that a trend that we're seeing now?
Absolutely. And you know, we manufacture computers, and probably a third of the computers we sold last year were to people in their 80s and early 90s.
Really?
Believe it or not, yes. And a lot of it's because you find people that are alone, and there would be a sense of isolation in the old days, right? They live alone, they have nothing, but with the computer, they've got email, they've got Facebook, with a webcam, they can Skype with their great-grandchildren.
With a smartphone, you have the world in your pocket, is the saying.
My grandparents have Facebook. They're all tech savvy. They have everything they need. They get it, and they pick up on it, and they're, you know, accepting it, and they love it.
Well, of course, they have to follow your adventures as well, right?
Of course, obviously stalk their grandchildren. Yeah, why not?
But it's true. But it is really good for the brain, and for those people out there who have family members who are intimidated by the technology. I would say just leap right in. You know, you can't do anything wrong.
Cool.
Very good, Stan.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate it.
Words of wisdom all the time.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.